Hey everyone, this is Wei and thanks for joining me here once again. And for this video, I'm going to be doing another quick portrait sketch using a 4B pencil and drawing relatively small so we can shade it quickly. And I love doing portrait drawings and I hope you do too. So let's get started and I'll talk about the process along the way. Alright, so let's draw this face. To start, what you can do is just trying to figure out the angle, the tilt of the head. So if you take the eye, where the eye line is, just kind of rough in the slant, and then let's see, from the middle, I'm gonna kind of rough in the overall tilt of the head. So right between the eyes. So once we have the general tilt, then let's just start. I'm just gonna start with the eye. I'm gonna start with the eyebrow. And again, this is a very small drawing. I'm using a 4B pencil, which is really good for this kind of quick sketches. Okay, so I'm going to rough in the eye. Okay, so now once we have this, now we can, from there now we can work in with the other eye. So we're going to measure the distance to the other eye. And it's usually, in general, it's kind of like, between this, the eyes are really just one width of the eye. So even at this angle, it's still kind of almost one width of the eye. So okay, so all right, so that's the other eye. Now for the nose, we're gonna go straight down, because we know it's gonna meet there somewhere, and then to figure out how far it's gonna go down, we gotta triangulate from the corner of the eye, and then we're gonna try to match the angle, the slant. So we do that, and it'll probably be somewhere around there. So now we have that reference point. We're gonna sketching the nose for both sides, and now let's just go down, and then same angle. Just kind of it's gonna have the overall slant. Okay, this way. Okay, so now we got the kind of lip position roughed in. And even if it's a little bit off, it's don't worry about it. Okay, so let's do the facial line, and if you look at it, it's almost vertical. There's a slight slant, right? So we're gonna slant it down right there, and then we're gonna do the chin. Okay, we're just kind of seeing a little bit more angle, and the corner of the mouth goes straight down, and that's where it kind of breaks. And if you look at the eye, you go all the way down, you're gonna hit right at the jawline. It's kind of like, where it's gonna turn. So that's how you measure. Just try to take vertical and horizontal lines and just trying to find those reference. Just find those reference points. All right, let's just do the hair a little bit. Let's see, the neckline is right around the mouth, so I'm gonna go straight down. Let's just go back up. Now just kind of roughen the hair, just come around the face a little bit. Okay. Now for the hair, even to figure out how far out it's gonna go, just kind of measure, and it's about the width of the face, almost double, but probably slightly less. All right, so it's right around there. All right, so just roughly, just so that you have enough to keep going. All right. All right, let me shift this over a little bit. Okay. All right, so now I can shade it, and again, I'm using a 4B because it's very soft, so it's very thick. It's very quick to shade. So I like to start with the eyes and just let's start making that dark. And now for the eyes, usually dark, so if you're, try to be sure with your strokes. Hit it hard. If you know it's gonna be dark, just hit it hard. Yeah. It's always a little bit more expressive if your strokes are a little bit stronger and quicker. Just a little sure on your stroke, I guess. Let's shade the other eye. Here. And as I'm shading here, this is when you want to do minor adjustments as you see them, because now that everything's kind of laid in, you're gonna spot errors here and there. Alright, so let's do the nose, nostril. Oops. Okay, erase that's a little bit too dark. Normally I don't like to erase, but that's kind of a silly error. Alright, that nose. Okay, so I'm not gonna shade this area so that it brings out the nose. Just by shading the area behind it, the nose pops out. Alright, so let's shade in the lip a little bit. Just kind of following the shape. There's nothing unique about it. Now for the mouth inside, it's usually dark, and you see that in any kind of photo reference, because so in that area in the corner, especially in the corner, just hit it real hard. You see how I push it, just kind of push into it, and now it looks like the inside of the mouth right now. It gives it a little bit of depth. And even if you messed up, just okay. Just as long as your strokes look confident, it's gonna look good. And this photo is kind of like a glamour shot, so there's not a lot of highlights and definition of the face. It's just everything's kind of whited out. But as long as you got the eyes and certain air features in dark, it's gonna look good. And that's really how a glamour photo is. Just refining the lines a little bit. Alright, so let's darken the hair. And once you start darkening the hair, you're gonna notice the face becomes lighter because everything is relative. So with the hair, just very quick strokes. Just don't use small little strokes. Just broad strokes. And with hair, you don't really need to be that accurate. As long as you get the correct flow and it's kind of natural, it's fine. All right, let's shade the cheeks a little bit. And then underneath, it's always kind of dark under the jawline. It's always in shadow. Let's just do that. And then the hair, just kind of fill in little broad strokes. You can fill in like this. So just keep it light on your wrist and just kind of shade it in. Very broad strokes, very loose. And this is kind of like applying a base coat for the hair. Now once you have that, then now I'm gonna go in and define the hair just by hitting some hard spots, and I'm pushing it way into the paper, and then these are kind of strokes that you're not gonna be able to erase, but it's okay because it's a hair anyway. It's kind of messy. It's all right. So by doing that, you see how that gives it highlight. So if you want to highlight there, I'm gonna tilt my body and shade that, and I'm gonna hit this area. So you can see it's really rough. It's very very hard strokes, and it's very simple. You don't want too many strokes on the hair, and it actually looks good, for a sketch. It's nice and simple. So right here it's pretty dark, so I'm just gonna go in like this. Yeah, and these areas has some overlapping and not very clean, but it's okay. All right, so that'll give it some hair. So give it some strands. Now for this kind of sketching, if you even screw it up, it's okay. Just keep going, And even now, I'm feeling a little bit more warmed up than when I first started. Earlier in the drawing, I felt a little bit tighter. I can actually feel it in my strokes. It's a little bit tighter. And once you loosen up, then it feels a lot better. It's more free, and the strokes just come out better. dark. All right, so let's make the lips a little bit darker. A little bit darker with a little bit of gloss, you know, look a little bit sexier. I lost some of the highlight, and if I wanted to, I can always go back with a electronic eraser, but all right, let's just move on. Okay, so even here, you know, just at this stage, it's getting there, and it's just a matter of, you know, putting more detail wherever you want it to, and you know how far you want to push this. And this is Linda Lee again. I think you might know her. She's a pretty famous cosplayer. All right, so I pushed it a little bit more and kind of just added a little bit more detail around the eyes and things like that in the same area, just to help focus your eye, you know, when you're first looking at this, because it's the important part. Now, just by adding in a little bit of detail, you know, making it a little bit darker area, a little bit sharper, it's really gonna help you focus the viewer's eye into this area. Now you can see like the hair area right here. It's kind of secondary, you know, you kind of don't look at it, and it's because it's a little bit more sketchy, it's a little bit more fuzzy, just not as sharp. So it gathers a lot less attention. So that's how you can, you know, focus the viewer's eye into what you want to see. It's just by making a little bit more detail, a little bit sharper. So just give this a shot, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time.